guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me in another video. Today I am going to be doing a full face using one palette, and it's this palette here. This is the Makeup Revolution Love the Revolution palette. I bought mine out of Superdrug and it was around about £7 or £8 I think. So yeah, today we're going to be doing a full face using this palette. Obviously it's not like my foundation and mascara and eyebrows because you can't get that out of this palette, but this is an eyeshadow and one highlighter, and I'm going to use it as contour, blusher, highlighter and my eyeshadow. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that and it gives you kind of some inspo if you have the palette. This is a kind of first impressions as well because I have refrained so hard from using the palette. I wanted to kind of capture my first impression and thoughts on video too. However, I did swatch this shade in the middle. And oh my god, so buttery, so creamy, so pigmented. Oh, I was blown away by it. So yes, hopefully that'll be interesting to see my kind of thoughts as we go through the video. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that I am doing a giveaway at 3,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that button and yeah, come join in. Also, if you love Makeup Revolution videos, then you're going to probably love the channel because I have loads of Makeup Revolution videos already. I've actually got a playlist full of them. I'll leave that linked in the description box down below if you would like to watch them after this video. So yeah, let's get started. So I've already prepped my eyes as usual with the Urban Decay Eden's primer potion in the shade Eden, and we're going to start with this palette. So this colour here is just like a matte cream shade, and I'm going to use this all over the eye to set the primer potion. The palette doesn't have a mirror, so that's the only thing. Oh, I mean, it's got so many other shades that you don't really need a mirror, but I do like to use the palette like this whilst I'm doing my makeup as a mirror, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to use another one, so I'm just going to set that primer potion. So the shade isn't actually matte, it looks like it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. Just a little bit. It's not glittery or anything, but it is very, very pigmented, as you can see. Okay, next I'm going to take this shade here, which is kind of like a grey toned brown, and I'm going to apply that into the crease with a fluffy brush. Should I zoom you in a little bit more? Are you okay there? Alright there? Do you want zoomed in? No? You're going to stay? I'll zoom you. This shade is really pigmented as well, hopefully you can see that going on. I never use these kind of colours in my crease, like cool tones. I always use like a warm orange or a warm brown, so it's nice to be doing something different. I'm now going to go into this gorgeous kind of berry toned red shade here, and I'm going to apply that in the crease as well. And I'm going to use like another fluffy brush. This is a little bit more fluffy and a bit bigger than the last one, just to really blow out this colour. I just used a little bit because you need to be careful with like red tones. Usually they're really pigmented, so a little bit is better than too much. That is really nice. I literally dabbed it in like that much, if you can see. Can you see that much? And it's really pigmented. I'm really not sure what kind of look I'm going for. I'm just kind of grabbing the colours because, like I said in the intro, I've never used this palette before. This is my first time using it, so you're getting my first impressions as well as like a full face tutorial. I'm now going to switch back to the brush that I was applying that grey tone brown with and just add a little bit and buff it onto the line of that red just to make sure there's no harsh lines and it just all buffed it smooth, because I don't want like harsh red. As you can see, it's really, really soft, because I think the main focus on the eyes is going to be this gorgeous bronzy shade, I've just decided. So I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. So I'm now going to go into this really nice shimmery pinky champagne shade, and if any of you guys have watched my videos before, you'll know that I love these kind of brushes that come in palettes like Makeup Revolution ones. I think this come in one of like the pink chocolate bar palettes. They are perfect for packing on eyeshadow. So I'm going to use the pinky shade in the inner half of my eye, then this nice bronzy shade on the outer half of the eye. I'm basically just trying to use all the shades in the palette so that I can give you my opinion overall in the palette, the consistency, the quality of them, and obviously you can see how they blend, etc. Wow, this one is really, really pigmented. I don't know why I keep saying that, because obviously they're all pigmented because they're amazing brand. This is really pretty. I bet that if you wet this shade it would look so beautiful. Like so much more beautiful than it looks already, but I'm not going to wet it today because the truth is I can't really be bothered getting up to get my spray. Okay, I'm now going to flip the brush over, and using the other side I'm going to go into that nice bronzy colour, and we're applying this on the outer half of the eyelid. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Let me see this. It's so pretty. I literally just dabbed it on my eye and I'm already in love with this shade. This would look so nice all over the eyelid with like a really bronzed up skin and a really nice bronzy highlighter. I'm so glad I bought this. I'm actually going to take this in further and try and cover up that pink because I just want it over 3/4 of the lid instead of over half. Okay, so I'm really happy with where the eyes are at this stage. I'm going to go away and clean up the edges, put on my liner and do like my foundation and brows, because obviously I can't do that with this palette, but I am going to be doing contour, blusher and highlighter with this palette. So obviously I'm still calling it a full face because it's easier than saying one palette that does eyeshadow, bronzer, contour, blusher. That just wouldn't really work. And I'm finished. This is my face. It's looking awful because I've got a fake tan on and I look like I've got a tash. But we're just going to skip through that part. I went for a bold wing and now we're going to do the lower lash line. I'm going to take this red colour again on a pencil brush and blend that underneath the eye first of all. Oh, and also I forgot to say that when I went up close to the mirror to like finish the rest of my makeup, so I went to the dressing table mirror, which is obviously like better than a handheld mirror. I realised that the shades on my eyes, so like this red shade and even like the cream and the grey brown, they're satin shades, which means that they have a little tiny bit of glitter in them, so they're not matte at all. So if you don't want a palette that's not got like any matte shades in it, then... Oh wait, did I say that wrong? If you're looking for a palette with matte shades, then this definitely isn't matte. Like it looks okay, but it does look a little bit shimmery all over the lid. But the quality of the eyeshadows and like the blendability etc. themselves is really, really good. Like I couldn't fault it for anything like that. It's just not as matte as what I would like to have, just because that's what I'm used to. Now this is just an angle liner brush and I'm going to take this gorgeous shade. It's kind of brown, but I feel like it's maybe going to come off like a wee bit purple at the same time. So I'm going to take this on the brush and just line the lower lash line. And take it all the way across as well. Oh, this is so pretty. I like this shade. I think it does have a little bit of like a burgundy purple tone to it. Okay, so lower lash line is done and I've just added a little bit of mascara, and now we're going to do contour, blusher and highlighter. So of course I'm going to contour with this shade here. Now knowing that it's not completely matte, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I just think it's the perfect kind of grey toned brown to contour with. So we shall see how this works. I'm just using my normal Real Techniques brush. This is what I always use to contour. You know what, that's actually given me a really, really nice line. It's a lovely, like I say, grey tone brown, which is perfect colour for contouring, because you want your contour to look like a shadow on your face, like the hollows of your cheeks. Bronzer is obviously there to make yourself look more glowy and healthy and bring a little bit of colour back into your face, but your contour is for your shadow, and I think this actually works quite well. Just going to put a little bit under my lip. And now just down the bridge of my nose. Not the bridge of my nose, the sides of my nose, sorry. It's not as pigmented as a contour powder would be, obviously because it is meant for an eyeshadow. But the minute I seen this palette, I just knew that I wanted to do like a full face using all the shades, because to me that looks like a contour, blusher and a highlighter. Well, the middle one is meant to be a highlighter, but the rest are just meant to be eyeshadows. I'm just going to clean up the edges of the contour just with a little bit of Makeup Revolution's powder. I've been loving doing this recently because it's nice and light, so it gives you a nice line and it's not as messy as like baking. It's also not got any flashback either, which is why I kind of started using it. Okay, loving that. Perfect. Let's move on to highlighter. So of course the highlighter in this palette is this gorgeous, huge, big white heart. I'm really looking forward to using this. This is the one, when I told you in the introduction, I told you about the shade that I swatched that felt so buttery. This is it. Like, look how... Oh, this is just amazing. Look how pigmented it is. It feels so creamy. Like, I was blown away by that. So I'm just going to take it on a fan brush. Oh my god. Hopefully you can see that as I turn my head. I know I've said it a bunch of times already in other videos, but my lights do wash out the colour a little bit. So sometimes it is harder to see a highlight. Oh! Wow. This highlighter is so pigmented. I think though, because I've got fake tan on, it's a little bit too light for me. So I might just have to top it in something else. But at least I've used it so that you guys know like how it comes off. In the viewfinder, this is looking super pigmented, so really hope that you can see it. Where else am I going to put this? Just want to put it all over my face. And take a little brush and just apply this into the inner corners of my eyes. I feel like it's kind of got like a little bit of a pinky purpley iridescence to it. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm just going to take it underneath my brow bone as well for a nice brow bone highlight. Underneath my brow, I always say that. I mean on my brow bone, underneath my brow. Wow, that is so beautiful. I love it. I am probably going to top it though because it's a little bit too light, purely just because of my skin colour just now. It's a little bit more tan than usual. So as a mirror, I'm using this palette, which is coincidental. It's the Golden Sugar palette, the Ultra Blush palette by Makeup Revolution. This is what it looks like inside. What colour should I take just to darken it? I think I'll take this one here. Let's move on. The last step from the palette is blusher, and I'm going to use this kind of berry toned one with a very light hand because it is very pigmented. So I'm just taking it on a Real Techniques brush. This is 300 brush. I'm just going to apply it to my cheeks here. Then I just flip the brush over to like blend it in. Oh, that looks so pretty. This is really, really nice. Actually, I was fearing that it would look silly because obviously, like I say, they're not matte, but actually the contour and the blusher looks so pretty. I actually really love the way this has turned out. I was kind of like on the fence, but it looks not too bad from where I'm sitting anyway. So hopefully you're feeling the same. But last step is lipstick. And I'm not sure what to go with. I'm feeling a red because I think red would look really pretty with this. But at the same time, it is spring. So maybe like a nice dark pink. I wish that you guys could help me choose this colour. If only this was live. Maybe I should do a live video. Food for thought. Red or pink. I'm going to go for pink because I don't want the statement to be the lips. I want the statement to be like the eyes and the highlight. So pink it is. This is the Bare Minerals Moxie lipstick in the shade Breakaway. It came in like a little gift set that I got when I went to Rome and I love it. It's so pretty. And this is the finished look. I really hope that you enjoyed the video and you liked me doing like a full face with one palette. Hopefully it's given you some inspiration if you have this palette on what kind of eye look to create, and to also use the shades as like cheek shades. Contour and highlight. No, contour and blusher, that's what I meant to say. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please click the thumbs up button, leave me a comment, subscribe, follow me on my social medias, come and be part of my life. Come and just join in my little corner of the internet. I like saying that recently, that's like my new thing. Said that in last video, saying it in this video. Yeah, please just come join in. Remember, there's going to be a giveaway at 3,000 subscribers. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you stick around, I'll see you next week. I'm uploading 2 videos next week again, and I think they're going to be makeup tutorials. Or maybe a makeup declutter and a tutorial. But either way, if you do stick around, then I'll see you next week. Bye!